also known as the GP Artigianato Industria, I believe. Rafael Majka on the front, absolutely driving. We got Nippo-Vini Fantini rider and Androni Guardo trying to get across. Matteo Mohoric is like, right, I'm going to go across. Here we go. Used to be under 23 world champion. Been world tour since he was like 19, I was like, or junior. He's been like a world tour for years, mate. He's incredible. Anyway, this is a great race. Adam Yates has won it twice. I always like it. Early season race for the climbers. Really just like one of those races in Italy where people don't really, not only real fans really watch these races, like most people who know the Tour de France are never going to watch this. But anyway, Matteo Mohoric bridges this gap pretty well. Majka's on the front, absolutely drilling it. It's like basically a downhill finish. Some absolute shocking road surfaces, railing the corners. Motorbike, what are you doing? You are not getting that corner fast enough. Matteo Mohoric is like, right, guys, let's go. Gazprom Risvela are here. And Orica Scott are like, oh shit, they're the main World Tour squad, really, apart from Bora, and they really need to get this back. They've had some good success. Obviously, Adam Yates won it twice last year from a sprint. It often ends up being a bunch sprint, sort of a competitive bunch sprint. But here you can see Matteo Mohoric has bridged the gap. Rafael Majka is still on the front, just absolutely drilling it. Looking behind, trying to get people to pull turns. Everyone's like looking around. And then Nippo-Vini Fantini is like, all right, I'll pull a turn. Now Nippo-Vini Fantini, will you actually pull a good turn? Oh my god, this road surface is so bad. Anyway, Nippo-Vini Fantini, man's pulling a turn, and then everyone's like, nah, Majka, you can keep doing it. So we get Cuervo for Androni Sidemek, and we have Firsanov and Santa Romita, who I believe is on the front now. Santa Romita. This is a solid pro-Conti rider. He's been around the blocks for a long time. Cuervo, I believe, is the fresh Colombian off the plane in Italy for old Androni Sidemek. Whatever they're called. Anyway, Matteo Mohoric is like, right, boys, I'm going. You messing around. I want to win this race. And look, here he is in the drops. He's got pretty wide handlebars. I remember interviewing. He used to run 40s, and I think, or 38s maybe, but he has to go wider now because of the old Vision Metron integrated bars and stem. So you can see he is definitely wider than he could be. He could definitely drop up his bar size a little bit narrower. He's in the aero tuck, just absolutely flying down this descent. Mike is behind him. I don't know what he's doing. He looks like he almost crashes. Anyway, he gets out of that and takes this incredibly sharp hairpin corner. Absolutely rails it. Takes as much as the road as possible. This is great descending. Everyone else, Androni Sidemek Cuervo goes. He pedaled too early. Pretty obvious that was going to happen because on those corners, if you pedal slightly too early, you can clip your pedal or just like slide out. But it's also, you get on the wheel so much quicker if you can pedal slightly before because you slow down so much on those like really sharp corners. Matteo Mohoric is absolutely flying on this descent. Just zooming on. He's in the aero tuck. It's not too technical descent. There are a couple of dodge corners, so this is pretty bad, but he definitely could have taken that a little bit faster. But anyway, they're cutting back to some now irrelevant thing. But yeah, he crashed. We know he crashed. I'm wearing leg warmers, mate. Wearing the Brighton. Look at that, mate. Brighton's picking up. We've got Androni Sidemek riding them. I believe a lot of the Pro Conti teams are like old Wheeler Selle Italia. Anyway, we've got a descent here. Everyone's sort of looking around. Looks like there's no one there, but if they keep panning forward, you can see the brakes still there with Majka and the boys. But Matteo Mohoric has now got a gap off the front, drafting that team in motorbike as much as he can. Like, this is the thing. 5k to go. This race suddenly just zooms on the downhill. Luckily, it's not too technical. Obviously, there's some technical corners, but look at how aero he is. Just literally chewing that stem as much as possible. Just railing corners. Actually, this is quite technical, to be fair. Look how wide he takes it. And then straight back onto the other ones. These ones are where pro riders are insane. They're so good at shifting their weight from one side to the other, and they just flow through these corners like this, just so much faster. And you see guys are chasing, but sorry about that. Guys are chasing, but no one's really organized. Like, Firsanov's on the front now, but like he's going to pull a turn and then look behind. But you can see Matteo Mohoric is a decent gap here. There's probably like 3 or 4 seconds. And the thing is, he's just going to go full gas now, and everyone else is pretty much just going to be crying. Like, not crying, but like, some people will be really crying because it will be super painful because they're not great descendants. But other people will just be like wondering, like, how long should we let him go? Should we chase him straight away? Firsanov looks like he's descending pretty confidently. Majka looks pretty good in the wheel as well. There's often a lot of gaps in the descent just because the aero effect is so large. It's a bit better just to sort of descend in your own pace. But Mohoric is taking absolute every risk. Look how leant over he is, leaning straight over and really just driving into the ground. If you watch when he's pedaling around this corner, but you'll see how much he sort of pushes into the ground to keep the traction on the tyres. He's now on the aero tuck, which is incredibly dangerous, and it's not incredibly dangerous, but I just wouldn't really recommend that unless you're paid to win or you know the roads are incredibly smooth, because if something pops out, all your weight's on the front tyres, so it can be a bit dodge. But anyway, this obviously Matteo Mohoric is a world-class professional. He knows exactly what he's doing. I guess he might have pre-ridden this descent, but if not, this is incredible. Look how fast he takes that corner. But that's the thing, is like he's just trying to and stay in that aero tuck as much as possible, and only really get out when he needs to. Look how fast he took that corner. Fucking hell. This is actually incredible descent. Very similar to Nibali and Lombardia, but Lombardia is obviously a little bit more technical, the finale normally. But Mateo Mohoric, this TV motorbike, I don't know what he's doing. He keeps on trying to like ride next to him, in front of him. It's like, mate, just stay behind him, because Mateo Mohoric can drop you throughout any of these corners, just like easy as. And here, this is like actually a pretty uncomfortable position, so they definitely like have good flexibility and sort of tolerance to pain to be able to sit on the top tube for that long. I always find like my arms hurt a little bit, but I guess I don't really do enough core. What the hell is this happened to this guy's numbers at the back? Fucking hell. He's fucking carrying like, I didn't always carry. It's like carrying his weekly shopping in his back pocket. Get rid of it, mate. It's the finale of the race. Oh, just railing corners. This is actually such a good race to watch. You can see already though, Mateo Mohoric now has the gap, and all he's going to do is just spin it up on that aero bike, the Merida Reacto Lamborghini, which I guess is the finale of the town. The finale town. He's got one bottle in there, so kept the bottle on the descent, maybe a bit more aero. Sometimes it is actually more aero to have the bottle on the descent. Look, he takes that corner. You can see it suddenly braked and then just fucking rails it. And now he's on the top tube pedaling. This is very weird. When you first do it, it feels completely different. Like the kinetic forces are really weird, and like how you use your muscles. Guys are trying to bridge across here. I can't pick out. I think that's Rafael Micah. Is that? I'm not 100% sure. 1K to go, just on the top tube. Is that the most aero position? I think it probably is. Like, there's a lot of testing going on. It's really hard to figure out what is the most aero position. But you can see here, this guy, oh, this must be Santa Morita or whatever his name is. He's trying to bridge across. He's in more like a TT position. This is like the battle of the aero positions practically. Just like Mohoric's ahead, and this is like, this is where it just must be horrible, because you gain time straight away because you suddenly are quite fresh and can really surge the watts. And now it's just like you pretty much don't have much draft, and you're just holding on, trying to hold the same watts as they are, and just like, even if you're like 50 watts ahead of them or 20 watts ahead, it takes so long to bridge over. You can see he's finally he's getting closer and closer, but it's slightly uphill, and then the draft will be even less. And that's it. Mateo Mohoric, I believe now, probably knows he's won. He can't give up, obviously, but it looks like he's got a solid gap. That guy behind him, Santa Marita, I don't believe is going to be closing anytime soon. And Mateo Mohoric takes an absolutely incredible win. Some insane descending. Not too big risks taken, probably. Very big risks taken. We got the Tifosi. There are the beautiful Tifosi. Watching Mateo Mohoric. I believe this is a UCI 1.1 race or 2.1 maybe. But yeah, great race. Really enjoy it. So yeah, cheers for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.